Welcome, everyone. It is Thursday night, just a bit outside radio show, live on the air, live on YouTube. And, if you're on Facebook, you can click the link, and hopefully you found us that way. We will be back live in a month, I promise. Thank you, Zuckerberg. Click the link, share the love. As always, you got Mark, you got Keisha, and tonight we have a special guest. Sports Bay is with us. And ladies, before we get into it, I got a question for you, okay?
Okay.
So, right before we went live, I have some bottled water under my work desk here, and I just grabbed one and took a quick drink before we went live. But since it sits out, it's room temperature, and I'd really like it nice and cold. Do y'all got any extra ice I could have?
Party hard.
Man, we may have hella ice, but y'all got hella snow down there.
Oh, it melted away already, though.
Are you serious?
Yes. I mean, it stuck around for a few days. It was there yesterday, and then yesterday it finally melted away. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went outside briefly when you remember I was talking about those 730 steps. I was looking at the mounds of ice, because you really can't call it snow anymore. It's like this, I don't know, massive, just ice blocks everywhere.
Yeah.
And I really think that, I don't know, man, it could be like March, April, and we can still be looking at this shit.
The pictures I've seen have been crazy. It might be worse than anything I was there for in my 18 years. So that, it's insane. It's been what, 12 days?
Yeah. And I was taking my dad around yesterday, and we were driving about the city, and it's just amazing to me how they are still, working on the snow and ice removal. When I say they, I'm talking about the city.
Yeah.
They have hired a lot of, they've pulled a resources from a lot of different areas. Let me just say that, because I don't want to get all people jumping on my back, all political and crap. They've, hired a lot of resources from various places, and it's really like all hands on deck. It's wild, man. I mean, you got the plows, pickup trucks, the bobcats. I mean, this is like everything all over the place.
Yeah, I saw where Taylor Avenue had just a huge mound in the middle of the road, and I guess the last thing I heard was they're clearing out the side roads that way, taking it to the main street, and then I guess they're taking them down to M&T and just dumping them there to melt the ice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
They have
I heard they were
snow melting of M&T, and so all the city's been taking all the snow there, and they've been putting it in the melter. They use the melter.
Have they been going up? Oh, go ahead.
No.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to ask, have they been taking it to Pimlico too?
Not that I know of, because that's where they tore down Pimlico to rebuild it for next year's treatment. Well, not next year. Well, yeah, next year. Next year, yeah. For 27 treatment. So,
yeah.
I don't think that there's really space for it there. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I drove by it today, but I didn't see anything, crazy going on over there.
Okay. But yeah, back to what you were saying about Lot O, and you said something about the melting.
Yeah, there's a melter. So we used one in Lot H, at the stadium in 2016. But the city rented one that's in Lot O, off of Austin Street. That all the trucks have been dumping all the snow there, and that's what they're using that machine to melt it. Because they got it. It has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's sitting.
Yeah.
So that's
and you know what? What is so crazy? You know what I'm thinking about? Mark, my mind always goes into some other direction with this stuff. So, Jada's talking about how they're bringing these, massive amounts of snow and ice, and that there's a melter, so they're going to melt this stuff down. Do you know, I'm just thinking about all the wild, crazy things that will be discovered.
Oh, wow.
In that melter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like, people believe things. They drop things. Maybe gloves, a scarf, maybe money. I don't know.
I mean, all the weaves
somebody's
alone.
Toy.
All the hair extensions alone is going to be crazy.
Yeah. Nuts. Crazy. Sorry.
I didn't mean to outburst. My apologies.
It's cool. But I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm always thinking, just a bit outside. I'm like, man, that's kind of like sifting through. I don't know. It's Baltimore streets. I mean, shit, you could find a lace front in that mug. I don't know.
Find a prosthetic limb and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, yeah. So we are continuing to try to have some normalcy back on the roads, man. Because oh god, it just takes me so long to get to work and so long to get home now. If I don't leave out before 7 a.m., I'm screwed.
Oh,
it's like literally.
Yeah.
Adds like another 20 minutes, onto my ride, which is like, literally double time. Because I go to work pretty early and I get off pretty early, so, I can get down to down near the Dundalk area in about a good 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, man, it's something else. I'll tell you that much.
I was talking to a friend of mine. Her commute went from 20 minutes from Parkville to an hour. She works downtown, so
Jesus. Yeah. Whoa. By the time I get home, I'll be ready to punch somebody. Oh man. Okay. All right. So let's get to it, you guys. We're gonna try to. Guys, we spent 10 minutes talking about the goddamn snow. We're gonna try to cram everything in. I mean, it's like the biggest thing going on in Baltimore right now, so it deserved its own segment, right?
Absolutely.
We're going to try to squeeze everything in here. There's so much going on, you guys. Trade deadlines, Orioles. But let me just say right now, before you guys get all excited and everything and amped up to talk, we will not be talking about the Orioles today. We are going to have to table this conversation until next show. Okay, but there's plenty to talk about with them, and by next show, spring training because spring training starts this weekend, right, Mark?
I think so. Like pitchers and catchers, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have some things to talk about there, and there's a lot going on. We also have the Olympics. Oh man, but what we're going to talk about first. Since we have Jana here with us, and she's always, she's the actual superstar out of the three of us. It's Black History Month, you guys, and Jana dropped something pretty freaking amazing this week. So what we're going to do right now is turn this thing over to Jay, and Jana. If you could, tell us about, your little segment with the MLB, and also about how this actually ties into not just, family and home, but, Black History Month and everything like that.
Let's see. So, to the short statement is that the Negro League and MLB Hall of Famer Leon Day is my great uncle, and he used to play for the Baltimore Black Sox, the Elite Giants, the Newark Eagles, amongst other teams, while he was playing baseball. I'm still learning all of the things. I have a stack of paper in front of me and a couple of books in front of me right now as we speak. But I'm trying to figure out where to even start with this, but it was something that I knew, but I didn't. No one ever really talked about it. Like, no one in my family really ever discussed it. And I randomly met Dr. Franklin Lance on LinkedIn. Shout out to Dr. Lance. And he mentioned that he was he runs an organization called Parks and People. And I told him, I was like, oh, yeah, you know, Leon Day's my great-great-uncle. And I kind of left it at that. And this was a couple years ago, so our conversation never really got off the ground. And so fast forward to probably August, September of last year, he posted something else about an event at Coppin State in which there are Coppin State students that are researching Negro Leagues players in Baltimore, so that as part of a community awareness event for a park, a Negro Leagues park that they're trying to build in Middle Branch. Yeah, Reimagine Middle Branch.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go. So I go and I learn what I can learn, and I see what I can see, and I finally met Dr. Lance in person, and they asked me from that event. They asked me to be on a panel at Reginald F. Lewis Museum in 2 weeks, the 21st, February 21st, about being a descendant of a Negro Leagues player. Again, this event is also part of the community awareness for the park that they're trying to build. So I was like, sure. You know me, I'm always going to say yes, and I'll figure it out later. And I said yes a couple of months ago. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, I never even had the honor of meeting this man, right? Like,
right.
And now, unfortunately, this is on my paternal side of the family. My father was one of 8 boys and 2 girls. So of the 10 kids, only 4 are left, and only 1 has the same bloodline. And I say bloodline, meaning the younger 3 are from a different father.
Okay.
So I was like, I have 1 uncle left that can tell me anything about this man. It just so happens, my Uncle Derek is, he has always been my favorite uncle, but he was kind of the Swiss Army knife of the family. Like, he was the one that, tended to my grandmother and all these other kind of things. So he was like, I met him a couple of times taking your grandmother over to see him. But at the time, I didn't really know, like, he didn't realize who he was until the Orioles hosted an event on my uncle's behalf, my Uncle Leon's behalf, a couple years before he died, and he passed in 95.
Wow.
And so my uncle taking my grandmother was just like, oh, yeah, I'm taking her to this event. And then he realized, like, oh, my God, this man was a big deal. Like, why did we never talk about this?
Wow.
So I'm trying to piece stories together with him. I have met a number of people. I would also like to shout out to Sean Gibson, who is the great-grandson of Josh Gibson, who I had a video call with. And he actually runs Josh Gibson's foundation. So he has grown up in this, where I am, like, new to this.
Right on.
And so he connected me to an historian that wrote an article about Uncle Leon, who I met with last week. Actually, no, it was Monday. And he gave me a book from a friend of his that was written about Uncle Leon. So I say all of this to say that it's a huge honor to have been asked to be on this panel. This panel also spurred what you were speaking of with the MLB clip, thanks to the meeting with Sean, who's helped me so much through this process thus far. He connected me with someone from MLB that was looking to have descendants of Negro Leagues players record a spot for their socials, the MLB socials, MLB and MLB Network socials. So that was what, on Tuesday. The second was on Monday, so they put that out on Monday. So it's a little, like, less than a minute video, like a quick summary of my great uncle's life, or career, I should say. So thanks for that, the tip of the head on that one. I appreciate you sharing that. But I think right now the one thing, I'm trying to learn all that I can. I do not know what to expect at this panel. I'm appreciative of the friends and family that I've already registered and already will plan to be there. We're looking forward to going up to a restaurant and sitting down with the historian and kind of talking through some familial and ancestry stuff with him. But talk to your families.
Yeah, I have like just like a couple of questions. Like, and my first question was, so how have you been gathering this material? Has it just been like, have you been talking to your family? You've been doing the internet thing? Have people been sending you things? Like,
it has basically been conversation with my uncle and the meeting with Sean that spurred off to both MLB and this historian who sent me 23 pages of PDFs, all the articles that he had collected of my Uncle Leon, these books. There's one book that Uncle Leon actually autographed for my grandmother. So I'm reading that because that has the most information of him in it. And then there are 3 other books that I have that I'm just trying to, it's all basically baseball specific. He was incredible. He was incredible as a pitcher, as a hitter. But I'm just trying to. That's really all I have so far, because I don't have any other family on that side that can give me any answers except my uncle, and he is still learning. He's kind of learning this with me at this point. He knows what he knew by meeting him, but nothing in depth. And I don't know why this was something that was never really discussed. That particular Uncle Derek, was the only one that played baseball in my family. And, of course, I'm the only one that is operationally attached to baseball. And he was like, when I was younger, he said, your grandmother would just tell me, like, oh, yeah, you need to call your Uncle Leon. He played baseball. And my uncle's like, well, I'm 8. I'm not, what am I calling this man for? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Right.
And then fast forward some years, he's like, my God, why didn't you tell me who he was? Like, I feel like the stories would have, been more robust. They would have been passed down. Like, we would have had, I don't know, books, memorabilia, whatever it is. But that's why my message on this panel, like, I'm nervous about it, but at the same time, I'm excited and honored to tell, like, you've got to talk to your families. I don't care what the story is. It doesn't have to be a Negro League Hall of Famer. It can be somebody that worked with somebody that put up the first stoplight. I whatever it is, I don't care. Just talk to your families and learn your lineage, because God forbid something happens to my uncle tomorrow, that's it. I have nothing. And so, again, thankful to the people that I met through this journey thus far. But, I'm kind of, the next step is ancestry, just to kind of piece the family tree together. Like, the part of the family tree I don't know. But, yeah, that's basically it. Google. And then what this historian now, we were talking Monday, he was like, the problem with a lot of this stuff online is that people will take the same, like, 500 words or whatever and kind of recant that in all different ways to fit into whatever their article is. So it's not that there's nothing on the internet about him, but it's kind of rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So,
understood.
So yeah, I'm still on the journey, but thanks for the time to mention it. Hope the event is free. There's only about 135 seats to come and hear Sean and I discuss being descendants. There's a couple other people on the panel that are actual historians or have been specifically studying Negro Leagues baseball and how they did not get the glory and shine that they deserved. There's so many players then that would have eclipsed the players that we know in baseball history, but they were not properly memorialized. So,
do you know if they're planning on recording it or streaming it? the panel?
I hope so. I will find that out for you because I actually thought about that a couple days ago. Like, what if people can't make it? So I will find out and let you know.
Awesome.
The afro will probably be. I would think maybe at the very least, like the afro.
I hope so.
Cover it and record it.
Yeah, because
I mean, it would make sense.
Overall, this whole thing is to build a park to remember these men that played for the Black Sox and the Elite Giants in Baltimore. Like, we have such a rich history of Negro Leagues baseball here that just doesn't really get discussed. And I called a friend at the Orioles and found out there will be a Negro Leagues Day this year, May 9th. So I'm trying to make it to that game. I don't know what that game will consist of just yet, other than obviously Orioles baseball. But
you said May 9th?
May 9th, yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be a great couple of days, right? Isn't it Tupac Day the day before? That's awesome.
It is.
Wow, back-to-back nights at the yard, getting hammered. Looking forward to it.
It is. So,
back in the day, did either of you ever go to that sports legend museum that used to be outside Oriole Park?
I did. Touching on my stadium authority hat, I actually was the person that moved those museums out of that station. So
you did that. No.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, but
Marcus, like you did that.
Damn you, Gina!
It was in my job description.
I remember going there.
I say that to say.
No, I was just gonna say I remember going there and they had like an amazing Negro League baseball display section.
Yeah,
talked about the Baltimore roots and everything. It was great.
Mm-hmm. They did it. It was in the basement. I remember where it was located very vividly. But I just wish that they had done more with that. I wish that I knew what I know now, even part of what I know now or am learning now then, because I would have tried so much more. I feel like I would have been in more of a position of influence then. I might not have been able to push something across the finish line, but I would have been able to drop that into somebody's lap. Like, we need to work on this. Like, Baltimore has got it. You know, and everything that I'm learning at work right now, working for Visit Baltimore, and all the things that we have here is so great. But this topic specifically, like, we're so rich in this history, but we just can't. It's like it just doesn't get discussed. Yeah. And he's prominently featured in a lot of the exhibits at the Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City. But I just feel like we need more attention paid here. Not just for him, but for the others as well.
Yeah.
So totally agree. And, you know, we all know here at Just a Bit Outside, and you've talked, you know, several times on the show about, you know, your connection with baseball. I mean, traveling around to the parks. Of course, you know, having your office at Camden Yards. You know, this is just like a whole nother level of connection to a sport that you love. How does that make you feel?
Proud. I was always. I mean, I have cousins that are, you know, they enjoy sports and, you know, go team. But you know, Aaron ran track and things like that. But I was always the only one that was really ever solidly connected to baseball. And I never really knew why. But I guess here we are. It's in the blood.
No doubt. That's awesome. So once again, you guys, that was Saturday the 21st at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum. You can come out. I'll be there. You'll be able to see Jana and all of her glory. Yeah, I register. Of course I'm going to come. What the hell? Yeah, we'll be there. I believe it's from 12 to 3. Did I get that right?
Yeah, because there's more. It sounds like a really long time. There's more involved. I think the panel might be like maybe an hour or so, but there's also some genealogy. I don't know all of the details just yet, but there is some people that will be there to help people start the journey with genealogy and, you know, tapping into their ancestry and things like that. And those there's also another area where they'll be discussing the park that they're trying to build, and bring community awareness to that. So yeah, there's it sounds like a long period of time, but there'll be a lot to do when you get there.
Oh doesn't sound long to me. I mean, geez, it's perfect amount of time because there's a lot. It's going to be a lot to unpack and unsee there. So, not unsee, to see. A lot to unpack and a lot to see there. And, I'm pretty sure there'll be like a mingle portion to the evening where you get to, like I said, meet awesome Jada. So, if you go, let me see. If you go online to Reginald F. Lewis Museum, I believe there'll be a link there, right?
Yes. In
for registration.
I went under the calendar to find it.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the events page. I went under the calendar to find it. So just look for February 21st, and it's there, free registration. And yeah, hope to see you there.
Cool.
Well,
cool.
I'll see my Keisha.
You will see me there.
To see any of the listeners that come out. Take a peek.
All right, cool deal. So we're going to keep it moving with Jana, and we are going to switch gears and talk a little bit. We're going to go from baseball to basketball. The Unrivaled League, which is the professional 3-on-3 women's league that has been, really jamming in the off season and giving the professional players, another way to make money. And it's really the since its inception, it is just grown, and it's a great product. I don't even know what the hell else to say.
Yeah.
To say about it. Like, it is a really awesome product. Of course, you're always going to have some haters, right? You're going to have some haters when it comes to women's sports, but, you cannot deny these numbers and the popularity that has grown exponentially ever since it started. I just can't say it enough. What a great product. And I was able to experience it along with my favorite roadie, Jana. We hit the road on Friday. We went up north to Philly for Unrivaled, which was its first ever tour stop. And it was, it was a historic moment for the league and women's basketball at the Xfinity Arena, home of the Philadelphia Flyers, and that's where the 76ers play too, right?
Yep.
Yep. So, it was weird. I think it's probably because of the side that we were sitting on, even though I do feel like we did a whole lap of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, we went past this, and this is talking about the arena now. Mark, there was just one section. It was like everything glassed and cased, dedicated to the Philadelphia Flyers and the history of, now I was having a good time and I had some drinks and everything. But, Jana, I don't even remember seeing anything for the 76ers.
I didn't either.
Which I thought was kind of weird. Yeah, well.
Sorry.
Okay, moving right along. No, but yeah. I mean, it was drawing a record-breaking crowd of 21,490 fans. So, if you are one of those people out there that thinks that people don't watch women's sports or people don't care about women's sports, you are sadly mistaken. I know that the WNBA, they got a beef going on between the players and the owners right now, but their success, this Unrivaled League success, I mean, it's just, like I said, the numbers just don't lie. The numbers don't lie. And it featured 2 games between 4 of the ball clubs, the Breeze and the Phantom, Lunar Owls and the Rose, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I don't know if Jana knew what she was doing when she got us these tickets, but she managed to sit us in the best of seating, I think, throughout the whole arena. I mean, we were able to, they did this cool thing where the fans entered from the crowd. So they came down the steps, in the crowd. You were able to give the little high fives. I was right up in the mix for that one.
I was going to say, I'm not sure who we was, but Keisha very swiftly secured herself an aisle seat for the second game so that she could high five and pick up every player that came down our section steps. So I don't know who we is, but please know that Keisha had about 3 rows just like, who is this girl? Where did she come? I'm like, listen, as long as she makes it to the car by the time when it's time to leave, that's all that matters. I'm going to let her run them up. So she probably could have been at that time show.
Just let her have her fun, wear herself out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The vibe, and I don't. And Jana, you might agree with me on this too. Now, and I might be a little bit biased, but I feel the same way when I go to the WNBA games and the WNBA All-Star weekend. I mean, everybody was just. It was highly vibrational. Let's put it in how the young kids say it. Highly vibrational. I mean, everybody was just so kind to each other. Jane and I, swear to God, Mark, we were sitting next to a couple that had to be in their 60s. And they were seriously chopping it up with us the whole entire time.
Nice.
No, once again, they were chopping it up with Keisha. Because I would like to emphasize, there was this woman, I have no idea who this chick was, but everybody, I had noticed her. I was like, oh, her jacket is fire. Like, I wonder where she got that from. But anyway, time passes. And she's standing in the tunnel, which is on the other side of our section, like a little bit lower than us. We're only, 8 rows back? So this leans across me to tap Keisha and says, hey, you know everybody. Who is that? This woman could have cared less about me. Which is fine. No shade. I don't even get her name. But I want everyone to understand this is not a we thing. This is I drove Keisha to her element and let her go.
We know
I
how.
just want that to be understood.
We know
Carry
how,
on with the story.
we know how social Keisha can be.
Yes, we do.
Oh man, that is so hilarious. And this woman that we were talking about, it's social media influencer Auntie Nay. She is really big in the basketball community, and we were literally like within feet of her, well enough to see her full fit and be able to recognize that joint when I saw it on the social media the next day.
Oh wow!
But I mean, there were a lot of people in the building. Leslie Jones, gosh, help me out. Coach Dawn was in there. Dawn Staley was in there.
Dawn Staley.
Yes. Wanda Sykes was in the building. Andre Drummond was in the building. I mean, it was just so many people there, and it truly was. I mean, the stars came out, and let me just tell you, Philly they put on just a wonderful show. An absolute wonderful show. And when I tell you, like, a wonderful product, the first game between the Breeze and the Phantom, it was close all the way down to the last second.
Yeah.
You had Rakia Jackson cooking, and then you had, Kelsey Plum coming through in the clutch. You had Natasha Cloud, which is a native from Philadelphia, fan favorite out there. Kiki Area Finn was also on that ball club. So, Mark, you already know I'm partial towards the Phantom.
Yeah.
You know that. So, it was really great and a special, treat for me because, I love these players, all of my favorite players. I met Rakia Jackson also this past weekend this past summer at the WNBA All-Star game. Yeah. And so, that first game ended up being I think it was a 3-point win margin. It was a great game. Fantastic. Everybody's emotions was high. The second game, oh man. Second game between the Hootie Hoo. They just gonna be known as the Hootie Hoos from now on. Between the Lunar Owls and the Rose Ball Club, Skylar Diggins, Marina Mabry.
Girl. Woo.
I mean,
clinic.
Right. It's as if our emotions weren't already high enough from that, the close first game. I mean, Marina goes out there and drops 27 points in the first period, and we're all like, yo, what the hell is going on? I mean, you could just tell that she had the force that night, like that she was just locked in. I mean, every time, and this was in the first period, every time she dropped a three, the whole arena, whether you was rooting for the Owls or not, it was just screaming and hollering, yo. And everybody, you could legit look around and just see everybody talking like, yo, Marina is cooking them. Marina in the zone. Marina locked in. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, man. But she ended up dropping, I think, was it 45 or 47 points? To me, had the game of a lifetime. Oh, man. It was just... Oh, God, by the end of the night, I just couldn't scream no more. You legit could not scream. Yes. I mean, it was great. I mean, we really did. I can say we on this one. We really had a ball. We had a ball up there.
Because actually, that was a
47.
Record
yeah.
That was a record too. That she had the most points in league history.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this was your first Unrivaled event too, right?
Yes, it was. And I have to say that I wish that I had, I don't know if it's just done research or just had more time, because, I mean, it was Friday's it's still a work day, even if you're remote or if you happen to be in the office. So getting up to Philly, obviously quick 2 hours, but I just wish we had more time, because from what we heard and researched and saw on social,
we should have stayed overnight.
Make this an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have stayed overnight.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. The next time they have a tour stop, we'll be better off. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to Miami next year.
Really?
Okay.
I got to go down there and experience that. There was a few people in Philly that had been down to Miami to watch, and they were talking about how the experience is equally awesome and intimate, because you're a lot closer up on the court and everything, and I'd love to be able to experience that. But like I said, just what a wonderful product, man, and just what a great time. And like I said, everybody was so kind to one another. It was just a whole vibe, man. And one of the things that I like to say about women's sports is that it really does. It actually brings out the best in people. It really does.
Hell yeah.
It really does. All right, so let's keep it moving. We did Unrivaled. What we got next? Let's talk Olympics really quickly. Oh, boy. Man, we have been jamming tonight, let me tell you. All right. So, the Winter Olympics this year is in Italy, splitting time between the two cities of Milan and Cortina. And you know how we do on the show, we love the Olympics. We go all the way in. You have three people here who lock in, like seriously lock in. It's not just me. It's not just do not bother me tomorrow night. It's all three of us. It's all three of us. Opening ceremonies tomorrow night. They are starting at.
I have a question, just because of the statement you just made. Can we bother each other?
Oh yeah, we always locked in. Part of the lock-in is the JABO trio.
Okay.
Getting in the chat.
Yeah.
Because come on, we got to do our commentary. We got to do our trio commentary during the ceremony now.
Yeah.
Carry on. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and funny thing, Mark, I talked to Jana about this offline a little bit. Jana, we're gonna keep this very general, okay? But
Yep.
so I want to tell you, and just to illustrate how locked in I am about this, the Olympics has always been a family thing. We've always watched it together. You know, even if we don't watch it together, we call each other at some point during the opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies. Are you watching? Did you see this? Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. It is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have, for the past, like, I don't know, week and a half, 2 weeks, you know, I've been telling my folks, like, yeah, you know, I'll be over Friday night. You know, I might even cook a little something for y'all. We're going to watch the games.
Nice.
Okay? So, yesterday, well, no, over the weekend, it was Saturday, day after Unrivaled, you know, a very nice young lady who will remain nameless, okay, asks me, Alvin Ailey Dance Theater Company is in town. They're actually down in D.C. Fantastic group. Love it. You know, I'm all about the art. She says, hey, what are you doing Friday night? Do you want to go see the Alvin Ailey production? So I said, hey, I'm sorry. I have plans. She says, okay. This is on Saturday. All right? Now, yesterday, she wants to know what these plans are. So she says, yeah, so what are you doing Friday night? You already laughing, you, because it's like, girl, you really asked me this, okay? We gonna do this, we gonna do this. Yeah, exactly, right. So, I keep it 100. I'm like, well, you know, I told my parents I'd come over. We're watching the Winter Games. Opening ceremony is Friday night. We're gonna do the food thing and, you know, watch together, you know, with my family. You know, so she says, you know, you'd rather watch the games than go to the ballet? And, you know, Mark, I had to tell her, I was like, honey, that's not even a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like this thing only happens once every 4 years. And it is a time-honored tradition with the Alexander family.
Nice.
Okay? With the Foster family, with the Brooks family. Like, yo, we locked in for this. And this is just how, like, seriously, there is very little things out there that would make me miss this event. If I don't even know what it would be. You know,
right.
barring something horrible happening. You know what I mean? But honestly, there is nothing out here. So, when I tell you, when I make these little jokes, when I make these little references about the three of us and how we lock in during the Olympic Games, you know, these next 2 weeks, oh, it's so serious. It is serious. Uh-huh. And like I said, we just talk, you know, throughout the whole time.
Now,
we talked throughout the whole time, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I gotta say,
go ahead.
I gotta say, I kind of question your dedication.
Why?
Well, I mean, you kept saying Friday night, so I guess you're gonna watch the NBC prime time showing of the ceremonies. But you know, you could just go on Peacock Live at 1:40 p.m. and watch them live.
Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, it's not gonna happen because, see, this is why I'm saying it's not gonna happen. I want to have the original experience with my folks. I don't want to be sitting there like already. You know, I want to have the original experience with my folks. That's not going to happen. And plus, you already know, like, I have committed myself to Grey's Anatomy and Fallout. These things have taken over my life. I am embarrassed to say it, but that's another show. Let's get back to so the theatrics and the drama have already started. I told you guys that, you know, Cortina and Milan are the two towns that'll be hosting the games. And the rumor has it is that the vibes between the two cities are drastically different.
Really?
Okay. Yes. Now get this. Cortina is known for its mountains. They call it a mountain town. And it's been snowing there all week. Perfect, right, for the Olympics. Perfect for snowboarding, skiing, all the things outside.
Hell yeah.
Okay. They have, you know, all sorts of decorations, and you know that the Olympics is going down there. I mean, the flags, everything. It's also the 70-year anniversary. The last time they held the Olympic Games was 1956. Oh, it's a big, huge thing, you know, all around, and it's really great. Now, you go over to Milan, and this is, I mean, it's just so wild to me. Okay, which really, you know, when you think of Milan, what's the first thing that you think of? Fashion.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's not necessarily sports. Okay, and they're saying that one, it's been raining there all week.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
I know, it's not funny, but I'm just laughing at the irony. And they have been saying, like, once you step outside of the city center, you wouldn't even know it was any Olympic Games being held there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. I could see that they would make that just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, we're hosting this big thing.
Right, like it is not. Yeah.
Not matter.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of wild, man. Really wild. So I don't know. I believe the actual opening ceremony will be held in Cortina. So, but you know, I'm interested to see, you know, Milan's role in, you know, their display of you know, how they host and the differences between the two, because they done already laid the foundation for everybody. Let's judge these two cities. You know what I'm saying? You know, they've already laid the foundation. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys remember this guy, this Olympic, you know, champion, great man. I remember him because I've been skiing since I was 4 years old, and we've always watched and focused on, you know, downhill, alpine, all of those things. But Alberto Tomba, okay, he was the most successful Italian skier of all time. He has 3 gold, 2 silver medals, competed in 88, 92, and 88, 92, and 96. Yep. Olympics. Huh?
Was it 94 that they switched to?
94. 94.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, 94. 88, 92, and 94. I remember watching this guy because he used to always beat the Americans. And, you know, I remember that he was just awesome. I mean, back in the day, late 80s, early 90s, the Italians was the shit in skiing.
Yeah.
You know, they really were. They really were. And, you know, he's the final torchbearer. He'll be lighting the cauldron. So, I mean, I think that's really neat and nostalgic on my end.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really psyched about watching these opening ceremonies. You know, what are your plans for tomorrow, Mark?
Well, Friday, so I'll be picking up the boy like usual, but I'm probably going to throw on the opening ceremonies while I'm working, just because I usually try to have the TV on for some noise and, you know, keep looking back and check it out. But
Sure.
I'm going to try to get the boy into watching some Olympics. You know, he's 16, so not necessarily the most interesting thing to a teenager. But yeah, I mean,
sure.
you know, they've already started some sporting competitions, and the first one was mixed curling. So, you know, we got to keep up with that.
Oh God, Mark, we gotta lock in, yo. you know that's our dream. That's our dream together. This Winter Games is going to be really cool. They're debuting 8 new events. I'm just going to talk about a couple really quickly because we are really pressed for time at this point. First one, which was most intriguing to me, is ski mountaineering gang. Ski mountaineering, and they're nicknaming it Skimo. Okay, with this event, what you do is you hike up a mountain and then you ski down it, dog. And you know, I'm a bit of a hiker too, so my fandom is tingling right now with the idea of this new sport and what that's gonna look like. I just think that is just really cool. Wow. Okay. They will also be having what they call dual moguls. Okay, where athletes go down and do the moguls, but they will be competing side by side.
What? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And it just, I mean, I thought that sounded insane too. I said the same thing when I was reading. I was like, man, what? That is, I don't know how the hell that's going to work. But, I'm really interested to see that. And then we have like a for real, 100% legit new, the debut of the women's double luge, which I didn't realize that. I don't think I realized that, the women's didn't have a doubles.
Wow. Me neither.
So, yeah, right. I'm gonna say, as much as I've watched, I've never noticed that. But, yeah, so that's all brand new. Lots of really cool things. And we are just so excited to talk about this with you guys over the next couple of shows, man. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And, tune in tomorrow night. Watch so you can chop it up with us next week when we discuss, these winter games, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really cool. All right. We are going to end the show with a little basketball, NBA trade deadline. Oh, man. The Peoples went crazy.
The Peoples being the Wizards?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how am I going to, say this eloquently without getting myself in trouble with the authorities, aka my folks. Yeah, it was just a wild trade deadline. There were a lot of moves. Mark and I will just take some time to discuss some of the things that really made us scratch our heads and made our eyes get big. Mark, I'll let you go first. What was one of the trades that went down that just made you go, or wow?
Well, actually, it's a trade that didn't happen because all the reports in the last couple of days before the deadline was that this person was angry with the club and wanted out, and it seemed like a sure thing, and then suddenly it wasn't.
Oh, God.
Sure thing. You know where I'm going. Giannis,
yes.
I thought for sure he was gone and out of there, but the Bucks said nope. We're not going to get rid of him. Y'all can call us about other trades, and they did make other trades, but I thought for sure that was a sure thing.
Yeah, I never understand the logic in keeping a player that don't want to be there.
Right.
I mean, it's just, I just do not understand that. And you know what? I'm so glad that you said this because this is like the perfect segue into what I can talk about next. I too was actually kind of shocked. And Giannis's social medias today, over the past, day or two have been kind of weird. So I don't know how he, can't really gauge, what he's feeling or what he's thinking right now. I'm pretty sure he's probably still pissed.
Yeah.
Because if you want out, you want out. But not only a disappointment to, Giannis fans, but also a major disappointment to Golden State Warriors and their fans because they were the front runner. I mean, he was supposed to be going there, which really would have, to me, put Golden State Warriors over the top.
Yeah.
So major disappointment there. But, to me, Mark, I feel like they went out and got the next best thing.
That was my second one.
Did you hear about this?
Yep.
Yeah. I love it. I am salivating over this. Kristaps Porzingis from the Atlanta Hawks to the Golden State Warriors. Well fucking done. I really think, I have said, what have I said like the past 2-3 seasons? They need a big man. They, Draymond is not big enough and it's too crazy. You can't really rely on him. They need a big man. This was a solid pickup to go along with Steph Curry and the gang. I really love it. And I'm sensing that you do too.
Oh, yeah. That was the second one I was going to mention that, Golden State, there was just something missing there. And I know that Kuminga or whatever his name is, there's a lot of expectation, but wasn't quite living up to it. And they shipped him out and brought the best possible thing other than Giannis.
Yeah, next best thing. Agreed. We are in total agreement with that. So yes, well done. A+ for the Warriors. I also want to talk a little bit about. Oh man, we had another disgruntled player. Oh God, Chris Paul. I just feel so bad for this guy. Okay, 40 years old. This is supposed to be his last season in the NBA. The guys with the Clippers, they're all pissed off at each other. He hasn't played since December. And then he gets traded to the Toronto Raptors. And didn't he play for them before?
I think so.
He did. I'm like, man, didn't he play there before? I know he did. So I'll look that up offline. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is his second chip. And the damn Raptors tell this guy, don't even report. Don't bother reporting. So,
really?
I mean, it is just crazy work I mean, I would consider him a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You know, and just a hell of a way to have your last season, man. I mean, you haven't even played half the game. I mean, it's just, oh man, yeah. So yeah, crazy work. Outside of Toronto's not that great of an organization either. Let's be honest. I mean, they got that one ring with Kawhi Leonard, and then look what they did. I mean, it's just I don't know. You know, not great. Okay. Let's take it back over to the East Coast, to the hometown. More crazy work. The Wizards. Oh, goodness. They recently acquired Trae Young. Okay, not bad. I am actually an Ice Trae fan. I like him a whole lot. You know. So I was happy to see him come to the district. But they had just recently, at the deadline, had some insane deal that brought Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Washington Wizards. Oh, man. Let me ask you something, Mark.
Huh.
Should I be concerned that every last one of these guys is on tonight's injury report? Two of them. One is out for the season. Anthony Davis ain't coming back until like March, April. What the oh my God. I mean, clearly we're preparing for, I guess we're preparing for next season, right? I don't know, but you know, yeah. I just want to ask you, should I be concerned?
Probably not, because like
every last person.
like you said, they're planning for next season.
Right.
I saw somewhere that like the Wizards, who was the Jazz and the Pacers, like combined, they had some ridiculously bad record, and all of them are trying to like get the worst records possible, because among them there's like 8 protected first round picks that they want to protect them, and if they have records bad enough, then they get to keep those picks. So yeah, you know the Wizards aren't going to try to do better, even if they did get 80, which I mean you say that's an instant upgrade even like when he's healthy, but I don't know, man. Like you said.
Yeah. How long is it gonna fucking? I mean, come on.
Right?
Golly. Yep. Treat in just perfect Wizards fashion. I don't know. We're gonna keep it moving. So yeah, those were ours. Did you have any other ones that you want to throw out there?
Nah, nothing I can think of right now.
All right, quick honorable mention: James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh yeah.
That is kind of interesting. I can't wait to see how he works with Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen. I feel like that could be a nice little trio right there. Yeah, quick honorable mention, but we're going to keep moving because, like I said, we got to squeeze all of this stuff in. God, we are just getting to the Super Bowl. Gosh, we got the Olympics and the Super Bowl going down in the same weekend. This is, I mean, like, yo, overload, overstimulation, all of that. It is awesome. It is Super Bowl, what is it, 60?
60, yep.
Good God Almighty! All right, Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium, home of that's the 49ers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Homeowners 49ers, Patriots versus the Seahawks, the two most unusual of suspects. Two teams that did not go to the playoffs last season. How awesome is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. And both look
Yes.
legit, like they belong.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's do this damn thing. Mark, we got the Patriots. I guess what are the things that you're looking at? What are like your keys with the Patriots keys to winning this the big game?
Well, I know it's gonna make you mad.
Uh-oh.
Probably not. But we talk a lot about Sam Darnold, and as much as I know you're not necessarily a fan of his, he's been around the league like 9 years now. Dude's a vet.
Yeah.
So I think he will be able to enter that game with poise. Drake May, on the other hand, second year.
Yeah.
The dude's poise has been amazing. Like when you see him on the field and in post game interviews and everything. But it's also the Super Bowl. You got to think that's going to play with his mind a little. So is he going to be able to enter that game and keep the composure, be on point? That's probably my biggest look.
And you know what? You're on point with that one because I'm going to back you up with some stuff. Okay? Regular season, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, fantastic. We are talking MVP numbers. He's an MVP candidate. He's running his campaign. 72 point something or other completion percentage. Okay? In the playoffs, completion percentage, 55.
Ooh.
Yeah. The amount of big plays, Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs, significantly smaller. The offense has had a major downtick. Is it because, this is when a guy goes out there and he's winning and he's doing the damn thing, you forget how old he is.
Yeah.
You forget how much experience he is. And you can't tell me that downtick has nothing to do with the fact that the pressures that come with postseason football.
Oh, for sure.
Okay? And now, like you said, you are on the biggest stage of your life, my guy. In your second year, I don't give a damn what anybody says. That is the tallest order for a quarterback.
Yeah.
With his level of experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so I totally agree with you. They are going to need some big – he's going to step up in a major way. And they really do. They need to get, in my opinion, to be successful, you're going to have to get that thing going with Diggs and Henry off the jump. Now, you're talking about a Seattle defense that has been stellar and that has come through in the clutch in the playoffs. Are they going to be able to do that? I don't know. Honestly, I do not think so. But we'll get to our picks in a minute. We're talking about the Seattle Seahawks. You're talking about Sam Darnold. My biggest note here on my laptop is this the year that Sam Darnold makes Major Quiche eat hawk or crow, whatever you want to call it?
Let's say crow.
And I think, I think that this is it. He's going to be trying to get that monkey or that Patriot off his back. He played for the Jets, and get this, man. He's never beaten the Patriots.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So you're also talking about a guy that, even though he has a lot of experience under his belt, he's got some pressure.
Yeah.
On him as well. You want to get this thing off your back. You want to shake it off. You want to defeat the team that used to whoop your. And his numbers during the 3 times that he's 0-3 against the Patriots, those numbers were abysmal. They were Jets-like numbers. Just put it that way. Okay. One thing that Seattle does have going for them, and that I think will, this will be another big thing for the Seahawks. They have the likes of Kenneth Walker, who is an amazing running back. They lost Charbonnet, but I think they'll be okay. And he'll be able to take some of the pressure off of Sam Darnold having to make, a big play or, to be that man, consistently throughout the game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big thing. That coupled with a kick-ass defense, Seattle's defense, yes, it is. It's better than the Patriots. The Patriots' defense has been fantastic. I mean, they have been. I mean, they've really, really risen to the challenge. I think more so than the offense in this postseason. But, yeah, I really think it's just finally, Sam Darnold's time. And, man, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
Long time coming. Let's go around the horn. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say that draft class had some impressive QBs, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's talking about that as well, the beginnings. But let's go around the horn. We'll start off with Jaina. And you can give a score if you feel like it, but Jaina, who are you picking to win the big game on Sunday?
Child, I don't know nothing about no scores. So,
that's okay. Don't worry about the score.
I am a 12. So go Hawks. They've always been my NFC favorite anyway. So yeah. I'm all Hawks.
All right, sounds good. Mark, who you got?
This is you wanted the Super Bowl to be a tough one, and this is this is definitely a Super Bowl, and it's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think they're going to beat the spread, which is 4.5.
Ooh.
Wait. They're not going to beat the spread. That's what I want to say. I got it mixed up on.
I'm about to be like, you heard me say, ooh, right?
They're not going to beat the spread.
Mine got big as hell. Okay, good.
But I do think the people hoisting that Lombardi will be the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. I too believe the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to take it one step further for the outsiders. Seattle 23, Patriots 20. Look it. So you add those two together, you got 43. Bet accordingly for the over-under. How's that?
There you go.
Good stuff. Now, all right, how are we going to round this thing? Go ahead.
I just want to say, right after the show tonight, I will be going live on my PlayStation and doing the annual JABO simulation.
Yes. Okay, great.
EA Sports did their simulation the other day and released it. And you know what the final score on that one was?
What?
23-20 Seahawks.
Woo! There you go. Outside of the easy money picks. Compliment the Major Keys and EA Sports. You heard it once, you heard it twice. You heard it here first, though. So yeah, I love it. I'm loving it. Any final thoughts on that, or can we move on? Because I'm gonna let you close the show out, man. I'm gonna let you close the show out. Big weekend in wrestling. Yeah. With Royal Rumble, right?
Yep, Royal Rumble.
Okay. Here you have it.
Yeah,
Royal Wrestling with Mark Foster. Let's go.
It's always the road to WrestleMania starts at the Royal Rumble, and it was a little bit different this year, and I'll admit that I was a little bit disappointed in the production. It took place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which a lot of controversy that WWE does these shows in Saudi Arabia, knowing the government and everything. But we can't control that. They get paid a lot of money to go there. I would take the money too, probably. But the show, the Royal Rumble is next to WrestleMania is my favorite show every year, and it just didn't have that atmosphere that it always has. I don't want to say it's it's probably because the Saudi crowd just didn't react like the way a U.S. crowd would. But overall, 4 excellent matches. Liv Morgan wins the Women's Royal Rumble. She has already chosen her opponent for WrestleMania. That's being Stephanie Vakir for the Women's Championship. Roman Reigns won the Men's Royal Rumble, and he chose CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So I like that matchup. Probably the biggest story of the night, disappointment for me, was Gunther, who retired John Cena back in December. He He beat AJ Styles, who was just a phenomenal competitor. That's probably why he's called the Phenomenal One. And per the stipulation, AJ Styles is now retired from wrestling as well. So Gunther is retiring these guys left and right suddenly. Guys that have been top of the game 20, 25 years. And, man, AJ's highlight reel, like, if you're not familiar with AJ Styles, just look him up on YouTube and you're going to see some amazing stuff out of him. But one of my favorite competitors, and kind of sucks that his career is over, but I mean, that's the way things go. We're going to march to WrestleMania and see where this leads us.
Nice. All right. Dana, thank you so much for hanging in there with us tonight. You know we love having you all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Yes, and I think we're pretty good on. We hit everything on the menu, right, Mark? Is there anything you want to put out there before we sign off?
Nope, just again, shortly after this show ends, to get everything wrapped up here.
Yeah.
Probably about 15 minutes. That Madden simulation will go live.
All right, awesome. Well, you know how we end this show. Baltimore spread love, yo. From North Carolina to Maryland, man. Stay warm. Spread the love, man. Spread the love, share the link, share the love. All those good things that we love to talk about here on JABO. As always, I'm Keisha. And on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark. And Jana. And we are just a bit outside.
Okay.
Peace, y'all.